Hey, hey, hey! Hello, ladies, gentlemen, me of the future and the void to which I cast this dice. Today, I am spending my time very, very productively by ranking, giving my opinions on a question nobody cares about my opinions for, and answering questions no one asked, by ranking the Arknights specialists' level of drip. So I'm going to get right into it. We've got a list here, and we've got super special spicy DLC future operators as well, aka the 3 specialists who have already been released on CN, who aren't out yet. Now, obviously, this will not at all be subjective, and is just objective fact about how stylish they all are. And to start us off, Ack. Now, I do not like this guy. Hello, Teddy. Ack is cringe. I think we can all agree on that. He's a furry, he sucks, but he's got a bit of style. Like, he wears it well. It's not god tier, but he knows how to pick an outfit. He knows how to put it on. It's a bit baggy. His default, though, absolutely functional. This one I'm not as sure of, but like you can still see he's got an idea. He knows what he's doing. And it sucks because I want to rate Ack at the absolute worst I can possibly fucking give. But unfortunately, I cannot justify anything lower than a basic. He knows what he's doing. He's got the drip. It's not the world's greatest. There are flaws. There are things to improve. Like, why is it so baggy? And he's also a furry. And why is he not wearing any shoes? But at the end of the day, he's dressed well. He presents himself well. And that is what this is about, rather than my opinions on the operators themselves. Coming up next, Bina, someone no one uses since Kazamaru came out. Her and her twin brother, very rare case of an operator being 2 different people. Look, she's not dressed badly, you gotta admit. The scissors are a bit weird. That'd be a bit of a pain in the ass to carry. You're trying to go through a door with that, you're gonna have some problems. Especially since her other hand is busy with whatever the hell that ruler is supposed to be. And she has no pockets, and even if she did, where would you put a pair of scissors that's the size of your entire body? Realistically, though, it's not the best. It's functional. There's nothing wrong with her outfit. It's kind of funny that her brother wears the same outfit as she does. So they're both absolutely styling. Yeah, no, absolutely. I hate Ack, but the outfits do look good on him. Which is a massive shame. But yeah, Bina, again, nothing special here. It's not bad. It's just functional. This is a bit fancier than you'd see your average Joe Schmuck on the street, but you'd see people like this on the street pretty often. If you were in the Arknights world, not in ours. So, oh, that is messed up. I should have practiced that. Ah, well, it'll still work. Definitely above Ack, because I hate Ack. Next up, Cliffheart. Now, Cliffheart, she knows how to rock an outfit. She is stylish as hell. The only problem with Cliffheart's outfits is she lives in a snowy mountain. So she is constantly getting frostbite. Which, like, if you're climbing a mountain, why are you exposing your stomach, your shoulders, your thighs, and even one of your lower legs? But at the end of the day, look, she hasn't died yet, and you gotta sacrifice a bit of comfort for the drip. Like, she looks bloody amazing, look at this. I'm definitely biased towards thighs, but even putting that aside, it's a well put together outfit and she rocks it. She knows how to dress, she knows how to take care of herself, and somehow she hasn't frozen to death. So, Cliffheart, it's not god tier, but definitely awesome. She's got a lot of style, which I love to see, because especially this isn't the kind of standard fantasy style you'd see outside of the fact that she's exposing her stomach and her thighs. But this is definitely something you don't see a lot of. It's a smooth jacket, great pants. It's not too complex, she's not bogged down in the details, and it's still functional. Like, as much as, yeah, you'd get frostbite, you can also move very freely in this, so putting aside that you'd scrape yourself constantly on the rocks, this would actually be pretty practical for climbing. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't care about frostbite, she's busy being hot. That's why she has her thighs on display in literally every outfit. No matter what, she's got to show the thighs. It keeps the body warm. Then coming on up, another strong contender, Dorothy. I think it is clear from the first glance of her default outfit, she is stylish as hell. Again, exposed thighs, which yes, I'm biased towards. Not the best for outfit, But, like, when you see her E2 art, she takes care of that. Like, oh boy. Yeah, exactly. She knows exactly what she's doing. She is incredibly stylish. You probably wouldn't want to see someone like this in your workplace because, man, this would be very distracting. Even if you aren't attracted to her just because all the flowing lines. But especially, like, look down here in her fancy dress as well as her default outfit. She's very, very stylish. She knows how to wear good clothes. She knows how to pick them. She knows how to put them on, obviously. And she just rocks it. So Dorothy, absolutely easy, super sexy style. She is dressed absolutely phenomenally. Number 5, moving on to Enforcer. And speaking of whoo boy. Nothing too fancy about this outfit, but man, he is weirdly hot. He absolutely rocks that hairstyle. If we were ranking on hairstyles, he would be SS+. As for outfit, this is like, you'd see this sort of standard clothes. You see this in real life, you think this is a very fashionable man. It's just a modified suit, but it's tailored to perfection. He's added a bit of personality by leaving the overcoat loose. He's got smooth work boots. He's got the anklets pulled up. You can move around in this, and of course he's got the shotgun, which completes any look. You see someone walking around with a shotgun, you're not going to talk shit about him. But then you see even his swimsuit, like, he's dressed really, really well. These are very high quality clothes. They're tailored to fit him, obviously, because it's anime art. But even putting that aside, he is a handsome dude, and I don't even like dudes. I cannot justify anything lower than an S tier for that. Like, look at this. Damn, boy. The flowing jacket. I don't know what his shotgun's hooked onto, but he ain't concerned, so I ain't either. Coming up next, Ethan. Now this is the first what are you doing of the list. Like, man, this isn't awful, but what are you doing, man? It's just a giant jacket, baggy pants, and tiny boots. I know it's hard to dress when you look like you're 3'6". The bandana's cool, but why are you constantly dyeing your hair as well? The goggles are weird. They look cool in this art, but they don't look good on him. Yeah, zipper overload, absolutely. His entire shirt is just a zipper. What's going on with the gauntlet? Why is he wearing that kind of glove? Yeah, it's an industrial strength yo-yo that can rend through armor, and you've got to be careful. But it's just like, he's not dressed poorly. You can't go, oh, this guy, he looks like a slob. He's clearly presenting himself well. It's just, you gotta choose better stuff than this. Like, this looks better than the first one, but it's still just, this is literally just a hoodie, an oversized shirt, and pants. This is a bit cringe. Like, come on, man, you can do better. Then, another entry to absolute easy S. Fida, very stylish, movie star. She also knows what she's doing, and the outfits reflect it, even though I'm not as much of a fan of the art style as a lot of them. The giant gauntlets, she absolutely pulls those off, but just like absolutely stunning dress, perfectly balanced color scheme, excellent jacket, great boots even though she's standing a bit weird. And yeah, she keeps it loose, she keeps herself able to move. She just, there's not even too much to say because yeah. Indeed, Eater, feet eater. Definitely not Iron Stomach, which is her Chinese name. But yeah, even this casual gear. Yeah, it's showing off a bit of stomach, which you wouldn't... I mean, yeah, you do see that pretty often IRL. But that's very clearly styled. Very clearly, like, she's chosen these clothes carefully and they look good on her. I can't imagine Fida anything... maybe an Awesome, because she doesn't quite as pop as much as Enforcer or Dorothy, but it's one of the two. I'll put her in S for now. And yeah, obviously a lot of these operators are quite stylish. They have been designed by very talented artists. Next up on the list, Frost, the first from the real world. Her outfit, there's not too much to say. It's pretty basic, but like, damn. It's very functional, so you will. And the beanie is an excellent choice. Very much works with her hairstyle. I love from the shoulder up, but below that, it's just standard tactical gear. So, like, you can't criticize her for being dressed poorly. She's not bad, but it's just kind of basic. Like, IRL, you see someone like this, yeah, you know they're in the military, but you're not going to go complimenting them, oh, where'd you get that jacket? It's mostly just body armor. Yeah, it's a strong design, but it's pretty basic. It's basically, yeah, I can't think, it's not awesome, it's not cringe. In real life, this would be cool, you see someone like this, but you'd also be a bit worried because all the weapons. But at the same time, you wouldn't try to style yourself after her. Then coming up next, Gladia. Oh boy, I love the Bloodborne aesthetic. I love thighs. But despite that, like, I gotta admit, this outfit, while really cool, it's just too flowy. It'd constantly be getting caught on things. It'd constantly be getting tangled in itself. Without the jacket, it's an incredible outfit. But the jacket is just, there's too many flowing lines, which works wonderfully for an illustration. But if you try walking out on this, you brush past a door, you're getting absolutely stuck on that bitch. The spear, incredible, though how are you carrying a spear that huge? That would be incredibly inconvenient. Good luck getting through any doors. If you're carrying it forward, you're just going to stab the wall. Her other outfit, though, yeah, like Gladia, she's very stylish. It just, in real life, it wouldn't work as well. There's way too many flowing lines, you just get caught on everything. But that being said, it still looks awesome, but because of the practicality, I'm going to have to put it in basic. Because, yeah, damn, she does look good, and I'm definitely biased. Anime thighs. Then another strong contender, Gravel. Body armor, undershirt, jacket. Very simple. Stockings. Very simple. Boots. Very simple, but damn does she make it look good. She's one of the most stylish I've seen so far, because this is all pretty... Aside from the chest plate, you could see someone wearing this in real life. Like, you walk down the street, you see someone wearing this, you're thinking, wow, they look good, she's clearly in shape, she takes care of herself, she puts together the clothing well, the color balance is on point. You'd probably be a bit confused by the knives and a little bit worried, but if you saw someone wearing this, like, that's a pretty good outfit that'd even work in the real world. No real change in her E2 art, and then her skin is just once again another fantastic outfit, where this one you'd probably see in a walkway, and it just, oh boy, yeah. She is very, very stylish. She pulls it off. Again, another easy contender for S tier. Gravel is probably the first one in S tier where if you saw this, someone dressed like this in real life, you'd still just be like, damn, they look good. There's no impracticality there. Moving on, Jay, another character. As a character, I do not like Jay. I gotta admit, he does have a little bit of drip. He pulls it off. It's very basic. Again, this is the kind of thing you'd see in real life. You'd think, yeah, they're well dressed. So as much as I don't like the guy, I still have him E0 because I don't want to promote him and lose out on base efficiency. His default outfit, very practical, very good. This is what Ethan wishes he was wearing. But then you get to his lifeguard skin, and it's showing his feet, which is just cringe. So, default skin, absolutely basic or even borderline awesome. Because of the feet, I can't rate it rank it any higher than basic because then I'm defending feet, and that is just not what it's about. But like, as much as I don't like Jay, this is a really nice jacket, these are really nice pants, the undershirt complements it really well, the shoes practical, you can work in this all day, you've got a courier bag. He is prepped just for daily business, but he's going to look good while he's doing it. Yeah, no, absolutely. His E0 and E2 are absolutely fantastic. Then coming on up, Kafka. I love the Gremlin Kafka. She is such a little shit. She just loves mischief, and it reflects in her design. But when you think about actually wearing this design, the coat is way too big for her. She's not wearing it properly. It looks good, she's just... It's also really impractical, and she doesn't particularly care about wearing it properly. In the E2, you see her wearing it properly. It works well. Carrying around the shears would be a massive pain, though. This isn't bad drip by any means. Like, you couldn't see this outfit and go, yeah, you don't know what you're doing. It's just, this is something... Yeah, it's like, her skin shows it off well. It's not the world's greatest outfit. It's not bad, it's just sort of basic. And it's a little bit impractical, but at the end of the day, yeah, it works for her. So that's going to be another strong addition to the basic tier. Now, moving on to Kazamaru. Kazamaru, again, this is another example, like with Gladia, of looks absolutely fantastic in an illustration, but you think about the practicality of her E0. There is just so many flowing ribbons. Bro, it must take you like an hour to put this on. You'd constantly be getting tangled in yourself. If you walk past a door, you're going to have to be careful. That being said, it's less impractical than Gladia, partly because she's not carrying a 10-foot spear. But at the end of the day, this is still going to get in your way. But hey, like with Cliffheart, the sacrifice for the sake of fashion, it still looks really good on her. And especially when you take into account her other arts, her E2, her clone, I don't know why she gave her clone a better outfit than her outfit, but I mean, they both are technically the same person. She looks pretty phenomenal. I'm definitely more a fan of the black, but also more a fan of the white here. And then you get to her skin, and yeah, she does have fashion. She's just willing to sacrifice practicality for it. Because in her skin, yeah, it's a uniform more than anything, but it looks really good. Like, it's just, you see someone wearing this, it's practical. It's a little bit impractical, but not too bad. And yeah, it's a little bit, in real life, it'd probably be, the skirt would be a bit longer. But it's a well put together dress. It's not just some random thing you find for $2. She's thought about the outfit, it looks good on her. Same as her default outfit, it's just easier as a bit impractical. That being said, impracticality while still looking good, still awesome. Doesn't take away how good you look, just means you're working for it. Coming up next, we've got Kirara. Everybody's least favorite unit because no one remembers she exists. She is probably one of the worst units in the game, but she's definitely not the worst when it comes to fashion. Like, this isn't amazing. This is one of those things you'd think it's a little bit weird when you see on the street. Oh yeah, brightly colored. And hey, look, it is the trans flag colors, so that works for something. But at the end of the day, like, you've got a really baggy jacket paired with a really tiny short skirt that's barely visible through your massive oversized shirt. Like, what are you doing there? The zipper as well, that zipper is way too big for that jacket. Why do you have either eyes or cameras all over one of the sides? What is the pocket for that seems to have a laptop? Even putting aside the fact that she's carrying around 5 harpoons with her tentacles. Like, the hair is kind of interesting. She's got a decent hairstyle, but the jacket, like, it's got strong colors. The rest of the outfit's pretty weak. Like, what are those boots? If it lightly rains, your socks are just getting soaked. And why do you have zippers on your boots? E2, absolutely no change, exact same outfit. And then her skin. Her skin is a bit better. You see someone wearing this, it looks more like a thought-out outfit rather than just, oh, a nice jacket without much thought put into it. The shoes are a lot more practical, which is a major advantage when you're actually thinking about wearing this. Like, you wear these shoes, they're going to come off. These are like really loose rain boots that are a few sizes too big. You step a bit weird, it's going to get loose on your feet. It's going to be a bit of a pain. But in her outfit, that looks better. And at the end of the day, this outfit isn't cringe. It's not bad. It's just not particularly good. But then compared to everyone else in basic tier, I'm probably going to have to put it in cringe just because she's trying something. I just don't personally think it's working. Definitely better than Ethan. Like, it... Actually, yeah, I'll put it in basic. It's not bad. It's just not particularly good either. Coming up next is Lee, and oh boy, he is the closest thing to a furry I like in this game. He is stylish as hell. Look at the drip, bro. The hat, absolutely perfect. Doesn't dip into being a fedora and looking cringe. The jacket, look at how it's hanging off of this guy. This is an example of a complex outfit that you see it and all you can think is, damn, this guy suffers for the sake of fashion. This isn't getting in his way. This is him letting it get in his way because he knows it's going to make him look damn fine. The golden gloves, the only thing that sort of detracts from it is the boots and the bottom of the pants. Those are a bit weird. But like all of the little dangles, these aren't getting in your way. They just add a bit of a highlight to your outfit. His E2, he's got his jacket a bit looser, but it's the same outfit. Then you get onto his skin. Yeah, this is an example of complexity absolutely working. It is complex, this would be a bit of a pain to wear, but like at the end of the day, you see a guy wearing this, you're like, wow, this guy cares about fashion. His other outfit, I personally don't like this style, but again, he has chosen every part of this outfit very carefully. The color combinations, the shoes. This is a performance outfit, not as big of a fan, but at the same time, his default outfit is just too strong. It can't be anything other than S tier. Then we have another easy S, Manticore. First outfit, a little bit skimpy, but I've seen plenty of people wear plenty of things similar to this. This is sort of what Kirara wants to be wearing. This is how you pull off a long jacket and a short skirt. Manticore, like, look at this again. The boots, they have a zipper, but the zippers make sense. They're tighter, so they won't fall off. The bandage is a little bit weird, but look, at the end of the day, if you're injured, you're going to have a bandage. The socks, they do add a little bit to the outfit. The shorts, again, they've got little bits of chains dangling, like with Lee. They've got a little bit of highlight that's not too impractical. And I love the addition of the dog tags. Lore reason, Manticore actually collects dog tags from any fallen enemies because she has a massive phobia of being forgotten because she's constantly invisible, and that way she can prove that her defeated enemies existed. Her E2 art, completely different outfit, which is a surprise. They usually don't do that. Again, though, pretty stylish. Like, she pulls it off. A little bit, not as strong as her E0, but, like, come on. She's literally invisible 24/7, and she's still putting thought into the drip. Everyone else should be able to match this, but she's still one of the best. Like, look at her first skin. That is an outfit. Not personally a big fan of the thigh highs. I think you could add a little bit longer of a skirt or some kind of extra highlight. And when I say a fan, I mean in terms of outfit. Obviously, I love thighs. But this is absolutely drip. This is also absolutely drip. She is insanely stylish for someone who is constantly invisible. Like, easy, easy S. I can't even think of putting her anywhere else. Oh, that is the wrong outfit. This one. Don't want to make the entire tier list into just Manticore. Oh, that also didn't work. Well, the outfit looks good. That's not the point of the tier list. There we go. Coming up next, Mizuki. Another easy drip king. Like, look at this. I'm not a big fan of the shorts, but outside of that, he's got a tight shirt on that isn't too, like, exposed. He's still covering it up, but it's clearly showing off. He keeps himself in shape. I love the hat. I absolutely love the coat as well. This is an example of a zipper done well. The bow tie really ties it together. The hood, so he can switch it up when he needs to. Even the umbrella, perfectly color matched to his outfit and stylized to match the highlights. The shoes and the shorts are a little bit weird, so's the thigh highs. It is a little bit unusual to see a dude with thigh highs, but at the end of the day, like, this looks phenomenal on him. When you see him umbrella open in his E2, it also looks phenomenal. Like, he knows his color scheme, he knows how to dress himself, he looks fantastic. Slightly less of a fan of his skin, just in terms of personal aesthetics, but again, you see someone wearing this IRL, you think, wow, this guy actually does look kind of cool. You think this is a stylish guy. Mizuki, another absolutely easy, free S tier. Nami did an amazing job drawing him. So that makes it nice and easy to move on to yet another drip king. Look at this guy. What he makes up for in poor performance, he absolutely makes up for in the drip. It's not Lee levels. Not quite. But this is a more simplistic version. The colors are super clean. Complement his hair really well. He's got little bits of red flare, again, to match his hair. The glasses with the chain, that is so classy. You don't see that very often. The undershirt to show off his body. This is a scam artist, and this is a guy who absolutely gets away with it because you don't mind being scammed. Like, look at this. The pants, they're a little bit weird, but he doesn't want to detract from the rest of the outfit. And yeah, it's impractical, but like with Lee, this is the kind of impractical you see it and you're like, yeah, I understand why. Yep, Mr. Everything. Absolutely. He has everything going for him design-wise. And at the same time, the pants, yeah, they're a bit impractical. They're a bit weird, rather, but they're not impractical. He can absolutely do his thing. He can fight. The jacket, he had to ditch that in his E2 art. And yeah, this one, his E2, definitely a little less impractical, but it's the same outfit as his E1, so he can definitely put it on properly so it doesn't get in the way. It's just he can remove it to take part in the fight. And then his skin, yeah, this guy, he's the type of person, you know he's scamming you and you don't care. Like, look at this outfit. He is dressed phenomenally. So even though I still have him E0, absolute S tier when it comes to design. Moving straight on to Phantom, another easy S. The Specialist boys are eating good. Look at this jacket, bro. This would be hell to walk around in. But, oh my god. Absolutely perfect style. It breaks up his silhouette. It's perfect for an assassin in that regard. You can't tell much about him. You can't tell where he is because there's too many broken lines. He's got the mask to hide his face. Everything matches his color scheme. He's got, look at that cravat. It goes from his torso all the way down to just above his knees. That is a perfectly tailored suit, modified to have easy strap-on knives without even taking away from the outfit. This guy, he walks in as... You think this guy's like a billionaire when he walks in the place. He looks phenomenal. I don't like his E2 as much because he gets rid of the sick-ass coat. But, like, his E2 is just his E1 without the coat, and it still looks hella good. Yeah, specialists really do. They specialize in drip. But, like, look at this man. This is absurd. Either of his skins, like, he knows he's damn attractive. And he doesn't care that he's an assassin. Like, he's just stylish enough that he can still hide, but he can also draw attention when he wants to. Like, he goes unreasonably drippy for an assassin. But at the end of the day, like, absolute free S tier. Oops, sorry about that. Then moving on, another free S tier in Project Red because the specialists, they got the drip. Look at this outfit, bro. The dress perfectly complements the jacket, perfectly complements the pants, perfectly complements the combat boots. The only thing taking away from it is this weird giant sash she has on her shoulder. It's gone in the E2 and it looks much better. But this isn't like an insanely complex outfit. This is, again, something you see someone IRL wearing this, you wouldn't blink twice. You'd just think, wow, they look really good, except for maybe the gas mask. But, like, this is perfect for concealing plenty of knives without letting people know you're there, and it's also perfect as just a day-to-day outfit. It's not getting in her way. This is probably the most practical outfit I've seen. You have absolutely no restricted mobility in this. Yeah, the wolf took the sash, you're right. I somehow hadn't noticed that despite constantly using red. Her swimsuit, a bit more basic, but look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter so much if you've got a bit of a basic swimsuit. Most swimsuits are mainly about showing off your body, whether you're male or female, and she's still got the jacket. A different jacket, but still a nice jacket. But, like, the E0, E2, they're just so good that even if the swimsuit was terrible, I reckon this would still be an S tier. Because holy shit, she pulls off. That jacket is just so nice. Those pants are so nice. Then coming up next, Robin. Now, I love Robin as a unit, but I gotta say, this outfit, it's a bit weird. Why do you have belts under your boobs? And, like, what is it attaching there? She's wearing weird overalls, but instead of the normal strap that'd go over your chest, she's got it tied underneath. And, like, yeah, she looks great, but the color scheme, it really just doesn't pop. The sleeves are a little bit weird. The gloves are a little bit weird. They look like they're skin-tight latex. Why are you wearing those day to day? The shoes need to be a little bit longer. Like, I like Robin, but this is just... It's a decent outfit, but compared to everything else we've seen, it just is not comparable. But of course, her skin, now that's an outfit. It's still not God tier, but this is really good drip. So I reckon, if you average it out, if it was just the E0, E1, it'd be kind of cringe. But the outfit is awesome. So I'm going to average that out to a basic. Like, it's not the world's greatest drip, but it's also not the world's worst. And yeah, again, if you see someone looking like this IRL, they do look fashionable, but it's a bit weird to have weird belt overalls. Then coming up next, we've got Rope. One of the only bad outfits in the specialists. This is like, bro, what are you doing? The jacket's kind of nice, but it's nothing special. The thigh highs, why you got lace thigh highs exposed with just a jacket? All you can see is boots, lacy thigh highs, and a jacket. And a chain, and a tiny bit of the undershirt. But, like, this, by specialist standards, is awful. By everyone else standards, it's alright. Like, this is just basic. This is basic level. It looks alright, but it's kind of cringe, bro. Like, what are you going for with the outfit? That can't be comfortable to wear, especially having your thighs exposed to that degree. You can't even tell if she's wearing shorts or a skirt. Her skin looks a little bit nicer. That's just a plain dress. It's overall balanced better. It's overall put together. But then you've got a swimsuit, and like that, again, just cannot be comfortable. What's she doing there? Like, yeah, it makes for decent fan service, but it's just weird. So I gotta say, Rope gotta go in the cringe tier. I can't really justify anything else. It's basically Ethan level. Like, you see someone like this IRL, they're not the worst dressed person you've seen. They're not a slob. But at the same time, the outfit's just weird. Then moving on to Shaw. Shaw, I like Shaw's personality, but I gotta say, again, this outfit is just not it. Like, it is a fireman's outfit, but the legs aren't protected. If you're at least going like the Jessica route of wearing full body proper protective gear, I can understand. That visor is too big for you. That hat is too big for you. Why are you carrying an axe? It is a fireman's axe, but still it's a bit menacing. But outside of that, it's a default fireman's outfit that just, you've got the legs exposed, you're not rushing into a blaze. So it's not even, you can't even say it's functional because you're absolutely getting burnt if you go anywhere with this. Likewise, this electrician's gear going for Ghostbusters style, It's just not good. Like, there's only so much you can do with this. It's by no means the worst thing in the world, but I'm honestly going to put this in don't even leave the house. Like, why would you want to go out dressed like this? If you look like a firefighter, but you're going to get burned fighting a fire, or you look like an electrician, but you've also got night vision goggles for some reason, what are you doing? Then going from that into Snow Sant. Snow Sant, again, kind of basic. It's not bad. It's kind of nice. Like, it's a good jacket, but it's not an amazing jacket. It's not a Project Red level jacket. It fits, but she's got a lot of weird contraptions and not really any place to hook them. It looks nicer in the E2, but again, this jacket would be a little bit impractical for what she's doing with the hooks. It wouldn't get in her way too badly. Again, it's not the end of the world, but like, why has she got weird neckties tying the top of her shirt together? Why does she have the top of her shirt exposed underneath the jacket? Then you get to her skin. Her skin is nicer. It's just a nice dress, a good cloak. But the boots are so weird. They're way too big for her. Like, props to her original outfit. Those are very practical shoes and socks. But when you come to the skin, it's just not working. So I reckon as much as Snow Sant is better than Rope and Ethan, she's still got to be in the cringe tier. Which is unfortunate because she's very cute. And I do like her a lot. But it's just... This is a much nicer outfit, but this one is just... It's weird. You see someone looking like this, you're just thinking, they tried, but it's weird. Moving on to Spectre. Absolutely easy god tier drip, and it's not just because she's very pretty. Again, it suffers the Gladia problem of there's a bit too many flowing parts, you'd absolutely get caught on things, but unlike Gladia, this just looks like it's intentional and she doesn't care if she encounters issues because it makes her look good. Like, bro... The thigh highs, the tiny little gaps there. This is an amazingly crafted dress. It does have a few weird straps, but they're just sort of highlight parts rather than taking away from the whole outfit. The hat is incredible. I love her saw. I love her hair. And when you get to her skin as well, both of the outfits of her and her clone are just phenomenal. Like, Spectre absolutely got the drip. Easy, easy S tier. Then going on from that, a new addition to the roster, Spuria. Now, unfortunately for Spuria, this is just default IRL clothes, except the jacket and the shirts are weird. Like, the pants are nice, but she's wearing runners, bro. She's unironically wearing runners. Her pants are just, like, the only thing redeemable about her outfit is the pants. Her jacket is forced open. It only has like one, maybe two buttons holding it together. And she's got to strap the top to connect it with tiny little spauldrons that don't offer any protective value. She's just wearing a sports bra, some nice pants, a bad jacket, and runners. Like, what is this outfit? It looks a little nicer in the E2, but you can also see just how problematic. It makes no sense for the jacket to open like that. And it's just... It's not like... inconvenient to wear, but that wouldn't feel nice constantly having the strap tugging across your chest as the jacket bounces as a result. I reckon this has got to go down and like don't leave the house. Like, get a better jacket and this outfit is fine. But if you have to tie it with a belt at the top across your shoulders, what are you doing? Moving on from that, Texas. Now, if this were Vanguard Texas, this would be an absolutely different discussion. But default Specialist Texas, it's not bad. It's pretty basic, though. It's just a suit, but with a jacket. It's a nice jacket. It's a nice suit. Nice suit shirt, rather, I should say. But she's wearing, like, bright blue shorts. Weird thigh highs. Lots of belts and straps. The swords really do match the outfit. It's by no means bad. But when you compare it to... Yeah, when you compare it to other operators like Enforcer, Dorothy, Spectre, Phantom... This is still awesome. It's still good drip. You see something like this, you think they do look nice. But it's not an S tier. This, on the other hand, this other outfit, different story. This isn't out for Ian yet, and I'm very, very excited for when it will be. But, end of the day, her default outfit, she looks great, but she doesn't look god tier. Probably just an A. Going on from there, Thermex. I have a special category for Thermex. He doesn't wear clothes. You can't rank his drip. So he goes to the Thermex category. Then moving on, Waifu. Another unit I absolutely despise. They named her Waifu. Why would you name a character Waifu? That is the biggest insult to your entire player base. But as much as I don't like her, like the outfit, it's alright. It's weird that she's wearing weird sandals that show off her feet, but at the end of the day, if you've got weird furry feet, I guess you kind of have to. But her default outfit, it's not awful. I've seen better in this list. But, like, as much as I hate waifu, like, she does kind of have the drip. Like, she looks good. Aside from the fact that she's a furry, her outfit looks good, as much as it pains me to say it. So I reckon I gotta put her in basic. Like, she's not nearly as stylish as Texas or Clifford or Kazemaru, but she's dressed really well. It's just she's a furry. And nothing against furries, it just looks really weird. Yeah, exactly. It works on her colors. It's balanced really well. Moving on to another balanced very well, Yeeti, also known as Weedy the Sea Dragon. I don't know why she's showing off that much of her thighs. I'm not complaining, but it is a bit weird from an outfit perspective. I love the little headgear she's got. I love the giant water cannon she carries around to nuke things. But at the end of the day, this probably wouldn't reach the same levels as, like, Texas or Cliffheart. This is just... It's very nice basic, but it's still basic. It's just essentially one piece of clothing and then some weird shoes. Like, it looks good on her. It matches her color scheme. But like with waifu, it's just I don't hate waifu. I don't hate Weedy like I hate waifu. These are just... It's functionally good, but it looks good on her, but you wouldn't, like, go, oh, where did you get that? How can I get that? You look amazing, let's take a photo. It just looks nice. So I'm going to put that at basic. It's definitely high in the basic tier, though, because this is very practical clothing, except for having her entire legs exposed, including with see-through plastic on the E1. Then only a few left to go, coming up to Yato. Now, I reckon Yato looks amazing in these illustrations, but when you think about the actual outfit, bro, most people would not be caught dead wearing this IRL. Even just the arm straps, like, that must be so much of a pain to put on and tie correctly. If you get slightly stronger or slightly weaker, you need to adjust the whole thing. The gloves are weird. She's essentially just wearing a bra. Her hair is way too long and not clipped properly because it's clipped with a weird horn headband. Her skirt... Look, I like the skirt, but that wouldn't feel nice. Those textures don't look nice to wear. I do like how it flares out a bit to the back, but that's just making it a bit impractical. And then one of her arms is really heavily covered. Like, it looks really great, and it works great as an illustration, but if you imagine actually wearing this out in public, yeah, exactly, only for cosplay. You would not wear this in public. So I gotta say, this is a don't... no, this isn't don't leave the house because she's attractive enough to pull it off, but it's definitely a cringe. Like, she looks good despite her outfit, not because of the outfit. And now moving on to the special spicy future tier, last three. First off the bat, we have Almond. Almond is coming up relatively soon, but this just looks like the default Rhodes Island operators you get when you're using IS default operators, the reserve ops, that's it. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Like, the short's a little bit weird. It's got an... the pants, rather. The skirt, that's the word. It's got a second skirt underneath. It's hard to see, but underneath all those flares, there's a solid black line at the same height. So why are you even wearing a skirt when you're wearing a second, slightly longer skirt underneath it? The side bag is poorly attached. Like, that is going to be bouncing all over the place when you're walking. The jacket exposes, like, that's a really small jacket, but it's also not on display, which is the point of small jackets. The gloves are weird. The hat is weird. Like, it's a cap with a visor, but you can't actually really put that over your face because what's it going to be attached to? Like, actually look at it. That is not attached to her head very solidly. If she's wearing that, that's going to be hard. And you can see it again here. Like, it's flying off. A lot of this just isn't attached well. She's got a second skirt underneath her skirt. It doesn't look bad, but it's definitely basic and a little bit impractical. Oh, again, wrong one. Sorry about that. This one. So yeah, definitely in the basic tier. Moving on, we've got Vedant. Now, Vedant, this is a bit more basic that looks good. Like, this is practical, and I don't personally like this, but in terms of an actual outfit, he kind of rocks it. Weird shorts, very good shoes, though, again, also a bit weird because these are way too big. But end of the day, this is kind of like a Mizuki light. It doesn't look nearly as good as Mizuki. It's got a different color scheme. The sleeves are weird. Like, why is so much of his arm exposed if he's just going to use an elbow-high arm wrap? but it doesn't look awful. So this is also another basic, but I reckon it's better than Armored. Not by much, but generally nicer. It's also, the goggles are visibly usable, which is definitely a step up from Armored, where you would never be able to use those. These actually have a strap. You can attach these. And then lucky last, coming up very soon, we have Swire Altar. Now, Swire looks amazing, but when you actually look at the outfit, what is this attached to? Like her jacket, how is that? That's just gonna fall off, bro. That's hanging off her arms. The rest of the, like, yeah, it looks amazing on her and she's pulling it off, but, like, she's cutting off circulation to one of her thighs. That's gonna be uncomfortable. She's wearing a jacket on top of a swimsuit, and then another jacket that's not attached to the first jacket on top of that jacket. Her hat looks great, but that's gonna be a heavy hat. That's gonna be uncomfortable. This could be a sake of sacrificing for fashion, and it does look good in the illustration, but when you actually think about wearing this, like even her handbag, it seems to be attached to her wrist and tied there. This would just be a pain in the ass. Like, you're constantly going to have bits of your clothing falling off. Just the jacket, obviously. The rest is very strongly attached. But while it looks amazing, you're not swimming in this, and this is supposed to be a beach outfit. And you're not sunbathing in this because it covers too much, and you're not walking around in this. So while the illustration would definitely be awesome tier, it's just too impractical. Like, this is definitely... It's probably the nicest basic, but it's too impractical to be awesome. Because the second jacket is just going to be constantly falling off. Like, it's hanging off her elbow, but it's hanging really low. That is not attached very strongly. Her fans are nice, and she looks nice in it, but it's just, you wouldn't really wear this kind of outfit. So, that is all of the operators. Every single specialist. Please do let me know, whether now or later, if there are any of these you disagree with, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with these rankings. Like, all of the top S tiers, you see them in any of their outfits, you think they look amazing, they're pulling it off. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you all have a great day. And I will probably see you next time.